Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You're here with Diva. Hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So today's pick a card reading is a request. I will be mentioning the name and the question. So it's Aparajita. So hi Diva, can you do what is my specific person thinking about me? Okay, so I went with this intuitively. We're gonna keep it very intimate like this. Okay, I might kind of do other videos like this because sometimes my light really does bother me a lot, so I wish to go more in the candle vibe. You might not see the cards, you might not see my face, as you can see what you can see obviously, but let's just tap into, you know, a more calmer and you know, intimate vibe. So I'll just repeat your name. So it's Aparajita. You're gonna have 5 piles. What is my specific person thinking about me? So you have a specific person in mind, as everyone out there who's watching this video who kind of had to click on it, or intuitively you're just wishing to watch something, okay, to pass the time, or it's like you're on that binge watching mode. So you have pile 1, which is Millennium Thoth. That's pile 1. Pile 2 is the wild unknown. Okay, don't choose with the images, choose with your intuition. Okay, so if I'm saying the name of a tarot deck, you can tap into it. Is it attractive? Is it not? The vibe that kind of taps the atmosphere around deck also could, you know, with the fire element right next to it. Then you have pile 3, which is Ethereal Visions Tarot. Pile 4 is Mary L Tarot. And pile 5 is the Fountain Tarot. So choose with your intuition. You can choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can choose with what you see right now. Okay. And go to your timestamps. I will see you there. Okay, so this is 5, 4, 3, 2. I might not show you the cards, okay? So forget about showing the cards. We're not gonna go up to that. It's all just listening to me and feeling the vibe, perhaps. Okay? It's like a campfire vibe overall, okay? The candle is our campfire, okay? I'm having an intimate moment with you all, okay? A private little time around the fire, I guess. So Aparajita, how does the specific person you have in mind, okay, it could be whoever you want, whichever time, but it might be the same person as it might be different people, okay? I don't know, I cannot promise anymore if my videos are gonna stay, because I might kind of clear out some videos, because the present moment I'm in a flow of more, you know, cleaning up the mess, or cleaning up all the baggages I had in the past, or my past self, okay? I'm more gonna embody a present moment kind of energy. Could be connected to the future, as it does not need to be, but I wish to kind of be more in the present moment at this point, and not reminisce or, you know, stay stuck in the past. Nor do I wish to kind of create ties with cords or stuff like that with people, or memories or people from the past, okay? I wish to definitely cut those ties. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all one person, right? We're all one spirit, let's say, okay? If we're going more spiritual. But then, at the end of the day, you are spiritual, but what I kind of work up to is that, yes, you are spiritual. We're one and all the same, and we're a diversity. But then again, we need to remember that we have a body, okay? We have a temple of our own, okay? We have a personality of our own, which will change and evolve and, you know, go through transformation, okay? Based of if you want to go through it consciously or unconsciously, nature already does these things for you, okay? Comes already naturally. Now, sometimes the imbalance could happen when we're always on the cell phone, we're always, I don't know, like working, studying, feeling like we're focusing on just things that are more objective, let's say. But I'm not saying these things are objective, but there's many ways to kind of look at it. But the cell phone, there's a lot of projection happening, there's a lot of screens, there's a lot of eye spanning, and whatever it is, it's like it does kind of harm your eyes, it does harm your brain. And your eyes are connected to your, you know, brain and your hypothalamus, whatever way it is. Do some researches and find out certain things, because today's technology, whatever or not, is evolving. We as human beings are evolving too, but our sites and our knowledge or our information are all part of Google or YouTube, and, you know, studying other people's perspective, which could be a good way to enhance your knowledges, right? But then again, you have to remember that yes, those knowledges are available to you, you can use them to your own benefit, but also remember that you need to kind of study the internal side of you too, okay? You can study it by reading, etc., but then again, there's this other side of us, the other side of the coin, perhaps, that's more internal instead of external. So remember that you are who you are, be it people kind of like you watch certain things and they kind of like influence you to think that you are, I don't know, an empath, or you're a narcissist, or you're an avoidant type of person. At the end of the day, you have to ground yourself and center yourself and still have that idea that yes, we are all one and the same, but we're different manifestations. You need to be who you are, okay? The moment you are who you are, you tap into your heart, perhaps, you tap into your body, you tap into your mind, you tap into this, I don't know, like consciousness, perhaps, like a tree, perhaps, or like a seed that is about to kind of, you know, go through the unknown to finally grow through different stages so that it can blossom and then die, you know? But death is not something bad, guys, okay? Prepare yourself to death, but the more you prepare yourself for death, you will see that you are going to live your life in a different manner. You're not going to fear other things. You're not going to avoid things that you thought are avoidant. You're not going to look at people and judge them to be this specific way. Even though you do those things, the more you practice, or the more you kind of tap into a flow, you're going to see that you're going to kind of manifest that flow in your life. And in itself, it's an experience in life, okay? There's many ways to find peace, find love, find inner self-acceptance, or self-realization, or self-stabilization, or self-reflection. There's many ways to do those things, but we're all not the same person, right? We didn't have the same upbringing also, okay? This concerns you as it concerns your person, but then again, you have no control over your other person's spiritual, you know, journey, if they're spiritual, if they're not, if they're into occult sciences, if they're not, if they're into religion, you're not. I mean, we're all different, but, you know, this one we want to kind of know what my specific person, whoever you're here for, anyone who's watching this, including the request giver, what do they think of you? Okay, so that's the question. I'll just kind of review it because I have a goldfish memory, one or not, thinking about me. So what is my specific person thinking about me? That's the question. What are they thinking about me? And this is for Aparajita. Okay? So Aparajita and the whole universe out there. Okay, whoever's watching, male or female. How does the specific person think about you? What are they thinking about you? It's not if they're thinking about you. What they think. thinking about me. Okay, so it's ready. I'll start off with the first card, which is the moon. Okay. I have a storyline already in my headspace with the Queen of Cups. You don't need to see the cards, okay? So I have the Moon card, number 18, and I have the Queen of Cups. My challenge when I'm thinking of you is Knight of Wands. You will not see it. There's a lot of fire here. The reason why it's that way is the Three of Wands. In the initial, we have the Ten of Pentacles. In the middle section, you have the Two of Cups. Wow, okay. And in the near future, you have the Devil card. And below the deck, what do I have? The Hierophant. Okay, so whoever this woman or this man is, it's either I think that you're very conservative and very special in your own way. So I have the Universe with the Hierophant, which is very interesting because you have the 4 fixed signs here in both the cards. In the Universe card, you have the eyes that are really looking at us. And in the Hierophant, you have the 4 same horoscope signs. The Scorpio sign, the Taurus sign, the Leo sign, and the Aquarius sign with no eyes, okay? So it's more like no soul connection versus real soul connection, okay? Eyes for me, I kind of go at it in more internal manner. So if you want to kind of know, or you want to interact with someone, or you want to have an impact on them, the best I mean, if you're strong enough, you with a certain message in your eyes, or with a certain willpower, or a certain spiritual awareness, you can stare at another person's eye and kind of make them understand what you want. So you can have telepathy or hypnosis or magic. You can do magic with an eye contact also, okay? So I mean, people fall in love through one eye contact, okay? So imagine how it can happen. And there were scientific proofs also that if you do stare a person for 3 minutes, you do a staring contest with them for 3 minutes, both people start having emotions towards each other, or there's this element of liking each other, like that, okay? So there's those things that I'm kind of channeling about. So the storyline that I tapped into, okay, the Moon and the Queen of Cups. With the Moon card, there's Sept in this card, okay? Sept for me is the god of destruction. It's the god of sand. It's the god of war. It's the god of darkness and destructions and death, you know? And I don't look at Sept as if it's a bad, I mean, there's a lot of extreme elements, but then again, I always go centered, okay? You need both extremities. You need both extremes to give life to life, okay? Like, it gives life to life. I mean, it gives it a liveliness. If there's no death, how does it feel to be alive? There's like, if there's like not being alive, what does it mean to be dead? You know, it's like you don't know how to distinguish which one it is without the contrast of it, you know? So with the Sept card, it's more on manga. It's a bit I will not kind of describe the storyline, but it's about life and death and how these two come together, okay? And if we're looking at the moon, okay, the moon reflects the light of the sun, okay? I look at the sun as if it's a masculine energy, okay? And the moon is the feminine one. Now, the moon reflects the light of the sun, which means that it's kind of like it needs to be together, okay? The moon controls the tides of the earth, you know, like the oceans and all that kind of stuff, and how it gravitates around the earth and how it gravitates around all of these three together, how they gravitate, because the earth has its own, you know, gravitational flow, the moon around it, and whichever way the light of the sun is, or the position of the sun connected to the moon and the earth, gives you the different 8 cycles of the moon, or 9 cycles. I don't remember all of these, but I mean, if you kind of go on YouTube and you check those explanations about how it's like why you see you know, a full moon, a new moon, or a super moon, or you know, like the fact that it's too closer or it's further, or it's like a quarter moon or a first quarter moon, a crescent, you know, a waxing or a gibbous. There's a way that they show it. It's quite simple. It's more like there's the earth, and then there's the light from behind, and then there's a, you know, there's a rotation, because we're always rotating on ourselves. Okay, so the earth is rotating, the moon is rotating around the earth, and then you have the sun, which the earth and the moon are rotating around. Okay, so it's very interesting because the sun is considered to be the center of the universe, and the moon is being in between the earth and the sun, you know. But who said that it's only the moon that's, you know, important here? You have other planets that could be important here, but those I'm not really good at, those things. So if any you kind of are tapping into those things, you know them yourselves, you can have your own channeling element or your own discernment tap into it. But the moon here, Sept is important. Okay, Sept is death, Sept is, you know, destruction. And I mean, humans, or you and I, whenever we kind of think about destruction, whenever we think about death, based on how in acceptance are you with your life, are you ready to die now, or are you ready to kind of face the obstacles? There's this element of, you know, if you're afraid of being dead, or you are ready to embrace death. So each approach has a different I mean, both could have the same outcome, as both could have a different outcome. Be it you're fearing things, you want to hide and you just don't want to kind of deal with things and you want to escape, or be it you're ready to approach that and you know, fight for the last few minutes of your life, be it you will survive or not. You don't really care about it because you're ready to accept whatever outcome you'll have, but the intention was to, you know, embrace death, or, you know, survive the situation. Either or is the same. I always kind of want you kind of to remember that you inhale, you live, you exhale, you die. It's like that. It's like if you look at a tree and you kind of partake the breathing, as if like when you inhale, you look at the tree and it exhales basically, and when you exhale, you can look at the tree as it's inhaling. It's like that you can connect with universe, or you can connect with earth and all. But here it's more the aspect of your person, what they're thinking of you is more in the way that could be also Scorpio here. You have the scarabée here, which is also symbolism of the third eye chakra for me. Okay, the scarabée for me, it's more the 2 hemispheres of the brain. And you have Sept here with a crescent moon. And there's something magical about it. And then you have the Queen of Cups. Overall, what they're thinking about you is that you are someone very, could be enchanting, could be possessive. You are a woman of mystery, okay, or a man of mystery, or enigmatic, we can say. But the fact that you're more darker, you're more a challenge, you're more like, I don't know if I can survive being in a relationship with you, or be it it's gonna bring me to my death, or technically it could be simple, like, you know, when you like someone, you I mean, based on how deep your love is, let's say I like you, okay? Let's say I do like you, this one, okay? Because I have the Two of Cups, you have the Hierophant, you have the Universe, we have the challenge being the Knight of Wands. Be it I'm serious or not is not really the important thing here. It's more about your person thinking perhaps that they are not worthy of you, or you kind of deem them not worthy of you, or there's this aspect of when you like someone, okay, when you really like them, it's more a question of your love being accepted or not. And for some part, if you're not loved, you feel abandoned, right? You feel like that's the death of you. It's like the worst case scenario that can happen when you truly like someone, right? You're attracted to them. So you could definitely destroy me, destroy my self-worth, or like, if I'm a guy here, it's like my ego perhaps, or my, you know, it's like my internally, my heart perhaps. It could be that way. Because in ancient time, Sanskrit mentioned that one of the most important things to do while you're making love is after you make love, or whichever way you did it, you and your loved one need to watch the moon. You know, it's a full moon, or observe the moon and observe the stars together after the climaxing. Whichever, how many times you want to climax, you observe the moon. So the moon could be many things, okay? But combined with the Queen of Cups, this one, how your person is thinking of you is that you are a very marvelous woman, okay? You could be a woman as you could be a man, but I have a woman here. I think you're a woman that's definitely very, very feminine, because the moon is feminine. But you could be the death of me as you could be the, you know, my new beginning in some way. You are my shadow, perhaps. You are my Shakti, perhaps. Or if we're going Indian, I don't know. You are a woman that kind of gives me reasoning, even though it doesn't seem like it, okay? I did say certain things, but then again, the scarab here is a symbolism of, you know, both hemispheres of the brain. So I think that either you're a woman that knows how to use both hemispheres of your brain. So you're both talented and a rational thinker. You can do mathematics as you can kind of play the piano, or you are in a you are doing psychology work and or politics, and you also have a habit of doing intense cases of quantum physics. You know, it's cases like that. Or you could be a very good chess player, and then I don't know, love to write. You know, it's many ways you can go at this point, okay? But you're very talented as for this one. Or you could definitely be the death of me. You can destroy my universe by loving me, as you can destroy my universe by not loving me. That kind. The reason why I think of you this way is because you and I are giving each other a new beginning. We're going at this seriously. Or I kind of like look at you as if you're a woman that's strong-headed, hot-tempered also. Or I myself am a hot-tempered person, okay? It's like, or I'm like a fire sign, perhaps, and you could be more like a water sign. It's really not important, but it's the flow of, you might be very amorphous, deep, sensuous, secretive, mysterious, enigmatic. It's like, you know, whenever there's a lake that's too quiet, kind of start questioning yourself. And then remember the moon kind of plays a big role with the tides, be it there's waves or not, it's calm or not, the water is elevated or not. You know, it has immense influence on water elements. So there's a lot of water energy here. So what they're thinking is that you're a very sensitive woman. You can definitely influence me sensitively, but then again, that alone can be the death of me if I'm a fire sign, or I'm more a fiery type of man, you know? So your sensuous ways, or your seductive ways, or you're not seductive willingly, but this person is seduced by your presence. If you're more like a water sign, it could be placements here. It could be water and fire placements, like any Leo, Sagittarius, Aries combined with a Scorpio, a Pisces, or a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer vibe. It's definitely a lot of opposites attract here. It's like water and fire combined together. There's a lot of fiery energy too, for sure, because you have the Knight of Wands here as their challenge. It's more like sometimes they just want to rush at doing things, but then again, you're the type that's more like you take your time. You know, you're more enigmatic. You want to cuddle more and you force it on them. You want to manipulate them, and you can manipulate them if there's a more watery sign to you and they're more fiery. You know, fire is more dominant by water if we're talking ocean wise or pond wise connected to a small fire. I understand. So as it could be the other way around, as if water can definitely boil and become vapor or steam if there's more fire connected to water and the amount of water there is in the space. So it's that kind of flow. It's more like water fire dynamic a bit. But I think of you as if you're enigmatic. You could definitely be the death of me because I like you a lot, and based on if you reject me or you take me, whichever way, I'm quite undone. And you seem to be the type of woman or man that's more indifferent in some way or more composed. Okay, even though perhaps you're not, but you're comfortable, or this is your talent, this is your element, perhaps. You shine in your element, something that I don't feel comfortable that much because I'm more passion driven, I'm more rational, like rash. Like, how can I say it? Fire, it's more warmer, it's more like destroys, it more like attaches itself. It's kind of attracted to it, it's magnetic, yes, it's warm, but then again it burns, you know, that kind. But you, on the other hand, it's more like you take it and you kind of englobe it. And be it they drown in you or not, it's a different story. But it could be drowning with you as it could be burning with them. That kind. It's more hot and cold vibe, but it's not really hot and cold. It's more hot or like water. In water, wetness, that kind. Depends if your person is comfortable being wet. You might be comfortable being wet, sensuous, like that. When we're saying wet, it's more sensuality. It's more how eager you are to be, you know, comfortable with this deep unconsciousness, perhaps connected to sensual pleasures. Instead, your person is more in the flow of, they might not like to go that deep. They're more impatient. They're more like, let's keep it going. It's more adrenaline. It's more like firing, destroying, that kind a bit. Instead, water doesn't really destroy things. It could just invade things. Can invade their presence, and that's why perhaps that's what they think. It's that you invade their presence, you invade their emotions, you invade their, you know, their body senses perhaps, but then again, they're more rational. They just want it to end. They can go hardcore, definitely, but they're a more hardcore type of person, okay? It's more hot-tempered, it's more rational, rash, okay? It's rash, the word. That kind, okay? So that's the dynamic here in the case. This is what I think, this is why I think this way, and my challenge here is more like, I want to burn things. I burn for you, but then again, what you do, you just invade me, that kind. I burn for you, but you invade me, which means that it could be something positive, a turn on, as it could be something like a turn off. When I'm saying a turn off, it's not a, like, it's something connected to a big insecurity that your person might need to overcome, connected to you, and that's what they might be thinking about. Be it you're out of my league or not, it could be something of that sort. Be it it's more like, could I have you as a girlfriend or like a wife material, or I have you as a wife material, but where it's more like we're having a little hot and cold kind of vibe. It's more like you and I don't meet properly on certain things, or these are the main blockages. It's more like I'm impatient sometimes, and you run, like you just like englobe my situation, as if like I end up drowning in this situation. Like I act a specific way, then you just kind of like englobe me. Be it you embrace me and you forgive me, but then again, you kind of like calm me down. It could be that way. As it could be the other way around, as if like you kind of make me get out of my element, which means that I don't feel comfortable here. It could be that way. Okay? In the relationship, but I still want you. Okay? It's like that. With the 10 of Pentacles in the initial energy or in the past connected what the specific person was thinking or is thinking about you, is that this is the Kabbalah tree, okay? And this is in the reverse. But it's more like from the crown to the kingdom. But here you have the kingdom at the top and you have the crown at below. But there's a saying, whatever is below is above and whatever is above is below. So at this point, I always kind of go at it in the form of a sphere, even though it's called the tree of life. This is definitely a Torah thing, even though it's Kabbalah or Tarot. Torah and Tarot are the same thing. So the 10 of Pentacles, what was I thinking? Or what am I thinking? In the past, or in the initial, it's more like I felt like this is definitely what I wanted. I felt very stable, even though my intuition was a bit upside down. It's more like I was looking at the situation from a more fantasy La La Land concept, or more like, be it fantasy La La Land, which is the crown, but the crown is not really fantasy land. It's more like that inanimate energy that you wish to kind of ground within the kingdom, okay? But then again, this one, the kingdom is at the top, so the hierarchy is going from the top, which is more grounded energy, to a more inanimate. So what your person might have wanted to do here, or what they were thinking, is perhaps that I was just having a wishful thinking, okay? It's more like my wishful thinking of wanting to perhaps like you. So it's a guy or it's a girl that kind of felt more centered in the element of believing that perhaps even if you acted groundedly with them, okay, you flirted with them openly, you talked to them openly, be it you kind of conversed with them, you did business with them, at the end what came to their mind was more in the form of, I'm just thinking, I'm just overthinking this, okay? The relationship is very good, but it's too good to be true. So what is happening in your person's mindset is more like, there's a lot of good connection, be it I'm connected to you or not, but I look at the connection in the form of, this is just work related, this is just friendship related, this is just classmate related, and I'm just delusional when I think of you this way, okay? So it's definitely this vibe. And in the present moment with the 2 of Cups, it's more in the flow of what I think of you is that perhaps you're very happy to be in a relationship with me, which I myself am very happy to be in a relationship with you. I really didn't think that I could be in a relationship with you, okay? I really didn't think that you would, like, give me a try, perhaps. This one is like that. You guys are definitely dating each other, from what I'm understanding. And near future with the Devil card, what I am thinking of doing, it's quite obvious. The Devil card is more bonding myself. I'm thinking of wanting to bond myself sexually to you, with you, do dirty things to you, definitely, because from the start already, like, looked at you as if you were very feminine, you were like my ideal type perhaps, but then again, you know, like you englobed my space. So it could be that I do think a lot about you. You invade my space, you invade my thoughts, you invade my everyday mind, okay? And you do mean a lot to me, okay? And overall, what I think is how conservative you are, or how special, or how ideal, or how beautiful you are, okay? Overall, it's that way. And the universe in my Millennium Thoth is like an eye, and in that eye shape there is a girl with the snake, okay? But it's you have all the 4 fixed signs looking and observing us, whoever is the reader or whoever's watching the card. So you have like an eye contact, but at first perhaps your person was approaching you from a more serious manner, but they didn't believe that there could be something there. And then I had the universe card, which was more in the flow of there is a meeting of 2 people. So there was an eye contact, and there was a union or an acceptance or a date or an official relationship being done. Okay, so this is what they are thinking, which is completely normal if I'm kind of channeling this the proper way. Okay, so that was it, pile 1. Now pile 2, whoever chose the, I'll just kind of bring this, oh no, this is the how am I gonna do this? Bear with me, guys. I'm just gonna open a second candle so that I myself can. Where did I put the candle? No. Where is it? Okay, it's right here. Okay, baby. This is one. Oh, no. We're not gonna play with this. Okay, so I guess we're getting better at this. Just gonna put 2 of them like this. And I was saying the Millennium Thoth, okay? So you can see the Millennium, the Wild Unknown, not the Millennium, Wild Unknown pile 2. We're gonna keep the 2 towers here on the side. Might help, as it might not. You don't need to see the cards, okay? So focus on the discerning the moment, or how the person, etc. Okay, so pile 2, follow your intuition for sure. This is Wild Unknown deck. What is your specific person thinking about you? Sorry. What is this person thinking? What is your specific person thinking about you in this time? So we're ready. So what's the main situation? You have the 10 of Cups in reverse. Your challenge is the 4 of Cups. Interesting. The reason why is that way you have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. And initial, we have the 2 of Cups with the Empress card. 2 of Cups with the Empress card. Interesting. They're really good cards. In the middle section, you have the Mother of Wands. You won't see the cards, but it's still okay, guys. And the Daughter of Pentacles. They have the Queen of Wands with the Daughter of Pentacles. And then the near future, you have the Fool. The Fool card. So what are they thinking about you? The King of Pentacles with the 8 of Wands. It's either you're a woman or a man that likes to party. You cherish friendship, camaraderie, cheerful vibes, party vibes, club vibes, event vibes, festivities vibes. Could be more like nightclub vibes, as it could be more club activity, or being very involved community wise, as you could also be a more diplomatic, business-like person. You have a lot of acquaintances, you're friends with many people, you're known, you have resources with people, etc. Okay, with the 10 of Cups is that flow I kind of connected to, because there's a lot of links here. Okay, so from one cups to the other, it's more linking, and you have 5 and 5, so it's more in the flow of perhaps this person drank with you, they kind of party with you, or it's like a guy you kind of met or a girl you met at a party, or a, I don't know, a school event, a work party, a holiday event, festivities, when you were hanging out with friends, etc. And they met you at several times they met you, or they partied with you, they kind of drank with you, or it's like you kind of drank shots together, something of the sort. It's like shots together, you drank, or you ate something, or it's like a traditional ritual you did, you danced together. It could be many things. Okay, club vibes, as it doesn't need to be, it could be more traditional. Okay, cultural events too. And this person thought about the times where they partied with you, they had fun with you, you guys shared a shot with a group, etc. And this is what they are thinking about. So they're recalling the times that were fun. They're recalling times where you were having fun. You might have been drunk. You were in your, like, you were goofing around. You were having fun. That kind. You were dancing. You were not dancing. That kind, okay? It's more like perhaps drunk vibes, as it doesn't need to be. It's more like you're happy, it's exciting, or it's there's like magic in the air, perhaps. More like Japanese festivities, or it's like, what do you call it, Diwali, where you kind of do the dance couple, many people couple themselves during this event, I guess, if I'm kind of channeling it proper. I don't really know the events in India. There's one that you kind of it's like, if you've watched Pride and Prejudice, it's like there's a place where she meets Darcy, or she dances with Darcy, and her sister and the fiance kind of dances also, etc. It's more that flow. And she has her own fiance, or the person her mother wants to kind of matchmake her with, but that's where also her fiance to be meets her best friend, that they end up together. So it's more like a flow of, watch the Bride and Prejudice, it's a really nice movie, okay, if you haven't watched it. And there's a gorgeous Indian actress. I don't remember her name, but she's really known and she's very gorgeous. But it's all a good movie. It's well prepared. It's also Bend Like Beckham directress, I think. She also did that movie. It's a good movie also with Keira Knightley, if you kind of want to watch those. So I don't know why I'm kind of like saying it, but watch Pride and Prejudice, and the event there. It's all red, right? Like the war red, girls and guys play with each other. They dance. The main kind of gesture, and then they just kind of switch partners, and then it's definitely very uplifting energetically. So it's that kind of flow. Okay, the 10 of Cups is that kind of flow. So they might have met you at that time, or what they're thinking is they remember that time. Okay, it's more like there's a zoom, there's like a camera focus, so it's more like internally, perhaps, I think about that time where we had fun, we were drinking, or we were drunk on, fun energy overall. It's just that vibe. Okay, just dance the night away, or just kind of have fun. There were young people around you, and we were all young, we were all kind of playing. It's all family oriented, it's all cultural, perhaps, that kind. Why I kind of remember this is because perhaps like this one could definitely be like a person that is interested in you overall. Okay, it's not very serious, but it's like a suitor that's like taking small steps in a more slow manner. Okay, it's that kind. Okay, but overall the main thing is that how am I gonna entrap you? Okay, how am I gonna get your mom to talk about, like, how am I gonna get my mom to talk to your mom, or it's like your friend, my friend to your friend, or it's like find a way to make this in my favor. Perhaps if I'm a suitor of yours, I want you to like me, right? So I want you to spend more time with me. I can spoil you more, I can romance you more, I can treat you like a queen or like a king, that kind. It's more like spoil you, buy you a lot of gifts, give you roses, Valentine's Day perhaps. Okay, so in the initial, perhaps this person did ask you out on Valentine's Day, or they were able to kind of surprise you, or they were well prepared. Okay, be it as a woman or as a man. Okay, if this is a woman, she's definitely well prepared, well groomed. She smelled good for sure. She looked good, she had her makeup on, if it's makeup that she likes to put. Her hair looked very nice. Her clothing were perfect. Okay, everything was perfect about her. Okay, you could not have said no to her or him. Okay, whoever this guy was, they prepared it like that. There were flowers involved. This one, there was coffee involved. There was wine involved. It's more like chin-chinning, like chin-chin, that kind. Okay, so, and with the Empress, it's definitely seduction. It's a lot of abundance, fruitful. There were food on the table, perhaps. It's very abundant vibe. Okay, so what they were thinking is perhaps you were seducing them. Could be the way that it's like you were a girl that I should have. It's like this one could be mothers involved here, could be friends involved here, friends wanting to matchmake you guys, or family members that know about each other. It could be the guy here as it could be the girl here. Okay, and it's like people, like, they met you perhaps without you knowing them, and perhaps you met them without like knowing them. It's like there was no real introduction. It was later on, but there was like an element of lingering eye, or it's like it created tension, or this overall behavior helped the situation become more romantic, perhaps. I don't know. It's more like your mom is telling you this guy is the one that's like a nice catch, blah blah blah, and this girl's your mother or your father is telling you this girl is a very nice girl, look at her, she's gorgeous, blah blah blah. But then again, you never met each other. Okay, it's more like your mom showed interest in this girl, or your mom showed interest in this guy. It's like that. It's more like that, where it's friends that kind of like looking and observing both of you, and they're like friends or mutual friends, and they kind of like think perhaps, or they're playing matchmakers. This one, there's certain people that are playing matchmakers in this romantic situation here. Okay, it's definitely a lot of friends here, a lot of acquaintances, a lot of family members, at least cousins, double like, what do you call it, like your second cousin, your third cousin, your fourth cousin, double removed, whatever you call the terms, like sisters, mothers, sisters, cousins side, you know, mother's cousins, boyfriend, sister side, you know, it's like that. It could be like that. It could be like that removed. So overall, there's a lot of romance in the air, there's a lot of preparation, and there's a lot of help and support in this one. Okay, so whoever this person was receives a lot of help, or you received a lot of help. So what they're thinking is definitely that you looked perfect when you asked them out on a date, or you looked perfect when, like, they asked you or you asked them on a date. So it looked perfect overall. Okay, and that it happened, it succeeded. It was very romantic, very nostalgic, very, you know, fairy tale story kind of thing. Many people are talking about it. Perhaps the whole neighborhood is talking about it, as your whole friends are talking about it. Okay, and there's celebration involved a bit. But the challenge with the Four of Cups is perhaps there's a rat here. Okay, so the challenge could definitely be something shitty. The rat. I will say it's just coming from my, I'm just gonna say it because I would want someone to kind of like warn me of this myself, even though I might take what they're saying seriously or not, okay? But there might be some theft, like thieves here, like it's like people stealing certain things, or the challenge here with the rat being on the cups. Rats are not really welcome. You need snakes to kind of moderate the amount of rats and rodents that kind of, cats, snakes, any types of animal that eats or chases rats, they eat them for a living, so survival instinct. So the rat here on the Four of Cups, it's a very, like, I would not drink from those cups for sure. So my challenge would be, definitely be to not, do we do this in this time? I mean, I would look at the man who does this in a very, like, low way, okay? But then again, I can't judge that much, okay? But I would not appreciate someone doing this to me. It's like, don't drink cups that are given to you that much, because sometimes there might be some drugs involved. So what is your person thinking? Perhaps this could be, I'm concerned about this, about you, that perhaps you're a party animal a bit, and that you should not drink what strangers give you all the time, because it could be drugged. Okay, so this could be either, I'm not feeling this person is ill-intentioned at all, but there are some ill-intentioned or, suppressed or repressed men that don't know how to get it. Okay, they don't know how to approach it. They've been suppressing themselves for a long time. So perhaps this person is worrying about this. Okay, so if you're a party animal or you like to go to festivals and all that kind of stuff, their biggest conflict is to kind of not worry over the fact that men or females are gonna drug you a bit. I don't know why this is here. Okay, it could be that I have close friends, or I know people that are in that industry or in that department, some friends that do these things. Okay, so I'm kind of worried. Or I know people that you hang out with, but that are not necessarily good for you. I mean, based on what you want. If you don't mind being drugged, that's a different story. But if you don't want that, your person's just kind of concerned about that. Or I don't want to go at this one. I'll just say it, okay? For some of you, they want this marriage just so much that they might kind of go at this with a little, like, could be metaphorically too, as if like there will be a lot of like deception around drinking. So the mothers could be deceiving, so just make sure that whatever information you have that are given from this person are proper information. Okay, like validate those information, look at proofs. Okay, and like you don't need to accuse them, you don't need to seek validation, you just kind of discern the whole situation with a more discerning eye. Okay, like trust in what they say, but look for proofs. Is there something aloof about the family environment? Is there something like they're covering up, they're hiding something? Because this one, they could show you off a specific way because they want to impress you. They want to kind of not be rejected here. So just be careful about what they're making you drink, okay? Drinking could also be like filling your ears with information. That might be true as they might not be true, okay? So it's important for you to not look, you are the one who's gonna get married to this one or not, okay? It's your decision, being a male or female, okay? If you're a woman here, just be careful, okay? It's either this is their concern about you drinking with other people. There's also this other vibe where everything looks pretty good, well covered, flowing, very easily flowing though. It's too easy to flow this way. It's a bit like that. It's more like, is your intuition telling you something? Is there like something that you're kind of like feeling in your gut, but you're not going at it because it seems too good, like it's too bad for you to think about it a bit? It's a bit like that, the message here, okay? So what I'm thinking is, perhaps I don't want you to kind of realize that we are deceiving you so that you will not like reject me. Why? So that's my challenge, is because definitely we are working hard here. We're trying to manipulate the whole situation in such a way that you can get tied up with me. Okay, so overall, we want you to be stuck with us. Okay, so there is a bit of a calculative nature to this man or this female. This one, okay, they might want to use you more than they love you. There's interest. They like you, but if this is like, if I'm going compassionately here, okay, Diva is going compassionately here, connected to the situation. Your person is like, they're more in the, like, reputation is important to them. You know, they kind of can imitate things very easily, okay? But then again, reality is not really it, you know? So it's more like it's all about impression. It's more like going in that flow, but then again, it's really not. That was more deceptive all the time. Was not genuinely done, perhaps. But it gave you all the fantasy La La Land concepts. It's like you wanted a romantic dinner. I mean, sure, it was good, but then again, perhaps you might not get this romantic dinner after marriage or after being in a relationship with them. It's that kind of flow, okay? So it's a bit that flow in the main situation. The initial, it's more like that fantasy date that you kind of had with this gorgeous girl or gorgeous guy, but everything seemed to be going very well. And in the middle section with the Mother of Wands and the Daughter of Pentacles, it's more what they're thinking is that, look, with the snake, your mother is very protective of you. So what are they thinking of your mother is that they're very, very protective of you. But when they're looking at you with the Daughter of Pentacles, it's more, could be a guy here, okay? It could be a guy here still, even if I have Daughter of Pentacles. Or your father could be in the picture here instead of your mother, okay? You'll know. So whoever it is that's more like overprotective over their eggs. So this one, it's more a flow of what are they thinking? It's either this is my mother, this is your mother, or this is you being quite protective of yourself, okay? You seem to be very good with social skills, and you know how to manage this in a more you know, beneficial on your side kind of thing, okay? So with the Daughter of Pentacles, what they're thinking is that you're more smarter than they expected, because you're well protected and your mom is overprotective, okay? And perhaps your mom, okay, it could be several information. Your mom is protecting this opportunity with this person. So perhaps your mom is on their side and you're kind of perhaps eager to get to know me better. That kind could be one. There could be a person that's overprotective over you, but then again, they don't want their daughter to kind of go more, perhaps, because they heard something. As it could also be the sun. Okay, or it could also be more the flow of you yourself are protecting yourself. Okay, you're good at business or you're good at social skills, etc. And with the Daughter of Pentacles, you are awake, okay? It's more like you're serious, so like a serious person, okay? What they're thinking is that you're very serious, but you might be a bit naive, like a deer. It's a bit that flow, okay? You're like unprotected. Any wolf or fox or I don't know, like dangerous creature, lynx could definitely, or cougar or jaguar or whichever animal there is, coyote can devour a deer, you know, if it's alone. It's quite grounded, definitely. It's quite sensitive. It kind of makes sure that you make sure that you're well protected, right? But then again, you could be harmed any moment. That kind. That's what they're thinking. I don't know. I'm starting to not like this one, but you will be the judge of that. And in the near future with the Fool, it's more like what I'm thinking of you is that you're like a little duckling or a little like nobody, but that you're having faith and you're embarking on this with me. Okay, so it could be that way, as it could be more like you're gonna get married to me and it's gonna be the end and we're gonna get what we want. Okay, or I'm gonna get what I want, which was I wanted you from the start, perhaps. And you're gonna be surrendering to me, that kind. Okay, so it could be a overly possessive person, it could be the type of woman or man that's more possessive, it's more domineering, more reputation. They're hardworking a bit, or you're hardworking, that's why they like you. You could be exactly what they want, doesn't necessarily mean that they're hardworking themselves. Okay, so could be those things. So that's pile 2. Now pile 3, whoever chose Ethereal Visions Tarot, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy this time. So the request giver asked the question about what does this specific person think of me. Okay, they are thinking. What does this specific person is thinking? What is this person thinking about me? Okay, so about you out there. So what are they thinking? What is this specific person thinking about you? Okay, we're ready. So what's the main situation? You have the Devil card with the 9 of Cups and the 6 of Swords in reverse. So you have the Devil card in reverse with the 6 of Swords in reverse and the 9 of Swords upright. Their challenge is the 10 of Cups. The reason why is that way is the Artist. In the initial, you have the World card. In the middle, you have the Death card in reverse. And in the near future, you have the 5 of Cups. I screwed up big time with you, this one. I screwed up big time. Okay, I was working hard. Everything seemed to be working properly. But then again, I screwed up. Okay? Or you don't want to hear anything about me at this point. Okay? Because you're crying or I'm crying. Or what I'm thinking is that I'm definitely... There's a lot to you than meets the eye. You have a lot of burdens. I didn't know you had this much burdens, perhaps. I didn't know you had this many memories or traumas connected to like addictions. Perhaps you're a woman or you're a man that has addictions and I didn't know about it. It could be addictions. Look, addictions of coffee, it could be an addiction. Okay, I'm addicted to coffee like that. Okay, but I'm not addicted at this point. But you know, addiction can be different types. I mean, you're addicted to putting makeup on every day. Okay, can't go anywhere without putting makeup on. It's an addiction, you know. You can't, I mean, anything would do. You're addicted to chocolate, you need to eat that chocolate every day. Okay, you're addicted to, I don't know, like music. You need to listen to specific music every day. If you don't have it, you're not in your element. Things like that. Okay, it could be intense things, like over exaggerated things like drugs or, you know, cocaine and alcohol and, I don't know, sex, gambling. I don't know, you kind of want to go to brotels. It's an addiction too. It's a question of taste. It's a question of personality. It's a question of upbringing. It's a question of choice also. So I'm thinking about how worried you look. Okay, like I'm thinking about you being worried about dealing or leaving or breaking up with this person that kind of caused you pain. Perhaps there's another person here. I don't know. Whoever your specific person is, okay, connected to you, what they're thinking about you. You're worried, you're sad, you're anxious. Why I'm assuming you to be this way is because of your addictions. You kind of are ashamed of your addictions. You're ashamed of your ex-boyfriends or ex-girlfriends. You're ashamed of your, I don't know, partying habits, your smoking habits, your, I don't know, like your addictive habits. You're ashamed of that, or people criticized you, or it's like you're a person, you could be a celebrity, this one. I mean, sometimes celebrities get shit, you know, for just being themselves. It's very, like, sad, but this is how reality is at this point. Is coming to, I'm sorry, it's not is, but it's becoming that way, which I don't want to kind of manifest. It's not becoming that way, no. Just that people don't know any better. I don't know when they're gonna learn about it. Because they know too much. That's the problem. They think they know too much. Anyways. Whatever it is, I'm thinking that you're being lashed. Okay, you have a lot of burdens. I'm thinking there are people laughing at you and people bullying you, people like traumatizing you, people that don't want you good. Okay, that's what I'm thinking when I'm thinking about you. And with the Six of Swords, it's more like perhaps I'm kind of like believing that you're kind of going through a difficult phase because you're trying to stop your addictions, or you're trying to kind of get out of troubles connected to addictions, you know, like debts, or like abusive people, or toxic friends, perhaps, if you want to kind of call them toxic. Whichever way it is. And my challenge connected to all of this is more like go and give you, okay, this is a very heroic point of view, okay? Your person wishes to be like your hero, this one, okay? But at the end, they're kind of thinking that you might not necessarily wanna go at it, or they're definitely regretting, or they're feeling left out in the cold overall here, whoever this guy or this girl is, okay? So this is a person that wanted to save you from this. They're thinking that you need their saving, you need their support, you need their help, okay? They're ready to give it to you. Their challenge is just to be in a relationship with you. The rest, they want to kind of figure it out, okay? With the artist here, it's more like they're kind of drawing the future in their headspace, connected to how they can make you happier, perhaps. It's that kind of man or female, this one. They see someone sad, they care about you overall, or you're a friend of theirs. And they want to kind of see you happy overall. Their challenge connected to the pain you have is to how can I make you happy? How can I make you feel like there's a new beginning? How can I perhaps make you pregnant? This one. It could be a pregnancy element. That's what I'm kind of waking up to. If you're having difficulty coming pregnant, this one. It's more like with the Nine of Swords, it's more what I'm thinking is that you're over exaggerating too much, you're thinking too much, or you're stressed out a lot. That's why you can't conceive right now. Because there's a lot of addictions, or there's a lot of people that are kind of like playing with your emotional side, perhaps, and you need to kind of let these people go, or let those thoughts go, and not overstress yourself, okay? So that our challenge could be that to conceive a baby, you know? Why? So with artists, it's more like I'm a person that likes to dream, okay? Like I'm a artistic type of guy or girl. I'm more creative, I'm more innovative, I'm more hopeful. You know, I can envision it. I can look at the solutions or seek for solutions overall. I'm that type of girl or guy. Okay. So in the initial with the world card connected to this situation, it's more like this is a new beginning, or it's an ending, it's a completion, and we're just gonna kind of embark on a newer, you know, new beginning. So it's more like your person is manifesting that it's like with them you can have a new beginning overall, one where you can embrace debt, or you can kind of let go of these patterns that don't serve you, or to go through that debt element, which is more that dark night of the soul, or that difficult phase where you're kind of not taking drugs, or you're not for the few months or the few weeks after, like drinking or gambling, you know, staying away from it, getting rehab around it, if this is it, if this is the case. And in the near future with the Five of Cups, it's more like what they're thinking is overall all of this was for nothing. Perhaps you ended up choosing your friends over the relationship, or it's like I had too much expectations from you. I felt like I was too naked, I was too vulnerable with you. But then again, there's a missed opportunity here. Okay, it's more like I'm embarrassed at this situation. That perhaps I thought I could be your hero. Perhaps you didn't need a hero, but I thought I could be your hero. You put me to my place, or through this whole situation, I just learned that, I mean, I cannot change you. Just me wanting you to change, or just me wanting you to kind of what do you call it? Perceive. the word to kind of become pregnant. Okay, so overall it's more an element of we're giving it a try, but then again it's really not working, and I'm kind of blaming myself for this. I'm not even blaming you this one. It's more like, who was I to kind of think that I could change you? That kind. So it's more like the type that would blame themselves more than you, even if they wanted to kind of take the pain away from you by giving you family, getting married to you, being your girlfriend, boyfriend, your husband, your wife. And if it's not that kind of case, then it's more in the flow of I'm your husband or I'm your wife. But then again, I feel like I've kind of was also a reason that you perhaps were addicted, or you lost the baby or something of the sort. Okay, that kind. So there's a lot of history. Okay, and this is pile 4. Whoever chose Marielle Tarot, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy at this time. So let us see the specific person who you're here for. What are they, or what is he thinking about you? Okay. So what's the main situation here? You have the 6 of Wands energy. So what are they thinking about you? Their challenge is the Temperance card. Interesting. We are the year of the water tiger. So the challenge is the Temperance, but there's a water element and there's the tiger here. The reason why it's that way is the 4 of Wands energy. In the initial, you have the 9 of Swords with the Queen of Cups. In the middle section, we have the Star card. In the near future, we have the Fool. And with another one, the Tower. What are they thinking? What were they thinking, or what is he thinking about you? Overall, it's more internal things happening. And you have the 10 of Discs. Okay. There are antlers here. Very interesting. You have the Kabbalah tree, like lower side. I don't know the names of the main spheres, but it's the kingdom pointed downwards, but it's half of it. So grounding successfully this with you. So what is this person thinking about you? So with the 6 of Wands, which is Archangel Michael, it's more connected to success. It's more connected with self-realization. It's more connected with, you know, battling, succeeding, overcoming yourself with a certain element of looking ahead, you know. And why I'm thinking this way connected to you is because of the Four of Wands. For some of you, it's overall more adrenaline energy. Okay, this could definitely be more like a men vibe. It's not really females that much. It's more a flow of I'm a bit fired up, way too fired up for my liking. Okay, so I definitely want to succeed at this. I definitely want to make this happen. Okay, so this is definitely very romantic, as it could be like a person that wants to fight for you. It could be that way. Now, with the Temperance card, my challenge here, though, is to kind of face my emotions here, okay? Face my emotions, face my moodiness, perhaps could also be that, as it could also be like become more fearless connected to you. That way, okay? Be more fearless connected to you. Direct connected to you, perhaps. Which I'm not able to do. I'm thinking about doing these things because my cards came in reverse, but they're not doing those things. And on a physical level, okay? So your person might be thinking of doing these things, but then again, they're not doing it. Their challenge is to definitely fearlessly do them. You know, go with the flow of this. What am I feeling? I should go with the flow of it, grounded overall. But perhaps I'm not doing those things. You know, that kind. But I want to, but I'm not doing it. I have certain blockages connected to my emotions or connected to me being fearless. I'm scared of it, this one, perhaps. And in the initial with the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Swords, like what I was thinking of you was that you're very emotional, okay? You're a very emotional woman or emotional man. You tap into my emotions, perhaps. I feel like you read me like a book, perhaps. And I kind of get anxious when that happens, okay? When you kind of read me like a book. Read me open like a book, okay? Like you see my weaknesses as well as you can see my, you know, my strengths. And you have a certain integrity to you, perhaps. This card definitely looks very integrity level, okay? Queen of Cups in this, I can't go more jealous vibe. This one is not the jealous type of Queen of Cups. She's more like a family founder. She's more like the ocean is a dangerous place, as it could definitely be an adventure, and you know, it's a miraculous place because that's where life started. So I'm kind of like looking at you as if you're a woman that's more you know, like what do you call them, you know, the Venus, Aphrodite, perhaps. Like, you know, whenever you go to beaches, you kind of want to collect seashells, that kind. But you're more natural. It's more like oysters, you know, like aphrodisiac-y, but in a natural way. So you're a woman that kind of fires me up overall just by being yourself. And in the middle section, or in the present moment with the star, it's more like my turn on element is more calmer now a bit, because you are more serene. There's something liberating about you in this present moment. Like whenever I like look at you, it's more like I feel like you're more liberated, you're more free, you don't care that much, you just kind of embrace the wind, you just kind of embrace the, I don't know, the fields that you kind of like are walking on. It's more natural kind of thing. Moment of peace vibe a bit. Like if you were to be able to go on YouTube and write moment of peace, there's like one with a model, okay? It's more like there's horses, there's water, there's like starts off with the picture of twin flame Alice picture, okay? But then again, she disappears, and there's a model. She's kind of like walking the forest, and she's enjoying herself. That kind, you know, it's that kind of flow you might kind of come out with. Moment of peace. You're peaceful, or I'm peaceful myself. I'm more like lost in your thought. Perhaps it's the flow here, okay? It's that vibe they connect you with, or this is what they're thinking about you. Moment of peace, that's the video. It's more blue. It has a blue vibe to it, all of it, because there's like a lot of water element, and this is what reminds me of it. Okay, and in the near future, with the Fool card and the Tower card. Tower card in the Marielle Tarot is the Lovers. The flames here in this Tower card are the Lovers. The Lovers are putting the tree on flame. The Four of Wands is basically the tree of the Tower being on fire here. It could be a tree that's on fire, as it doesn't need to be. But there are flames in the Four of Wands energy, as there are flames in the Tower card. So the Fool is more a vibe of what I'm thinking of you. What do I think in the near future? Like, I'm thinking myself of kind of being a fool overall and just kind of jump into this. I want to jump into this. Okay, like, so overall, it could be that they were fired up from the start. They were always turned on or attracted to you, or they had an interest, okay? But it's more than simple interest. It is very much sexual a bit, one or not. And they become very undone when you stare at them naturally, the way you do, okay? You have a specific stare that they kind of like lose themselves in, or it makes them feel undone, okay? In the present moment, they're more at peace, but in their fantasy lullaland. So watch Moment of Peace a bit, okay? But it's grounded, but this is more internal, okay? So you don't, this is just me inside kind of thing. And in the near future, this is again them inside, connected to you. Like with the Fool, it's more like they're foolish. I'm feeling like I'm foolish, or it's like you make me feel foolish overall. And like you put me to my place overall, or I myself automatically, because I like you, but I'm not able to, you know, fight for this or take responsibility for my feelings or my desire. I feel like I'm being put to my place by myself, that kind. So this one, it could be more like they wish to do something, but then again, they're not doing it because they're kind of cutting themselves from acting like a fool. But then again, they're putting themselves on in place. Okay, so it's more like instead of someone giving them a tower moment, they're realizing that the only thing that's stopping themselves from doing it is themselves. Okay, so it's himself or herself from doing it, but they're still not doing it. They're just simply putting themselves in a specific place. It's more like scolding themselves internally. It could be that way, okay? Or it's like telling themselves that you're never gonna get this girl or this guy because you're a dumbass like this, you know, like you're scared of like yourself or something of the sort, or you're attracted to them and they kind of impact you a specific way, but then again, what are you doing, you dumbass, kind of thing. It's like that. It's a bit like that conversation with themselves. They themselves are putting themselves in place, okay? Like it's more like self-discipline, perhaps. Could be that way. It's like I'm scolding myself for not doing the thing I wish to do, but more on a spiritual level. So I'm having a hard time accepting this. It's more like a decision-making moment, but then again, they're having difficulty making the decision kind of thing, okay? So it's that kind of flow. Now, pile 5, whoever chose Fountain Tarot, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all safe and healthy in this time. So bear with me 1 minute. So, Fountain Tarot. The question mostly is, whoever this, my specific person, what is he or she thinking about me? Okay, so the request giver knows themselves very well. So just take what resonates and discard the rest, as everyone who's here watching this. So how does this specific person feel about you? So what is the specific person thinking about you? So that's the main situation. You have the Five of Cups. Your challenge, their challenge is the Seven of Cups. You will not see the card. So even if I try to, you won't see them. So it's just, we're just going to keep on going. So you have the reason why it's that way. It's the Page of Cups. In the initial, you have the Seven of Pentacles. In the present moment, you have the Chariot card with the Three of Swords and the World card. So Three of Swords and the World card. So you have the Chariot in reverse, the World card, and the Three of Swords. And in the near future, we have the, I was gonna say the Ace of Swords upright, okay, but I had it in reverse, but I'm switching it to upright. Below the deck, we have the Lover's card. What am I thinking about you? Be it you're blind to the fact that I had a missed opportunity connected to you because I was drunk, I was high, I was like addicted to certain substances or people, okay? Sometimes you can definitely be addicted to a specific woman or man because it's like whatever is the most tabooist, they have it and they're stuck with that person because they think this is what love is, perhaps. But then again, perhaps what they have with you is love, but then again, they can't seem to recognize it because what they're seeking for is just to fulfill themselves or to obtain what they never were allowed to have, you know. So sometimes it's a question of that. So this one, it's more what they're thinking connected to you. Is more like this is definitely a big misunderstanding, a missed opportunity. This is not what I wanted to happen. And why I didn't want this to happen is because I really I liked you a lot. I didn't want things to become this way. This one is that way. Didn't want things to become this way. I was thinking it was gonna end up better than what happened. But then again, what happened was shitty, perhaps. It's either you're not aware that I kind of like missed my chance here. I missed my chance here. I was focused too much on my emotions, or like keeping the emotions I had for you, towards you, a secret, or not even, no, keeping my emotions for you a secret. And my own secret. It's more like this person had like a room where they kind of, it's like a fan, okay? It's more like that. It's more like a diehard fan kind of thing. It doesn't want the fan, like the idol, to know that it's like a diehard fan. It's like a bit embarrassed at that point, but this one is more like hiding it, not wanting it to show it at all. It's just your mind, but then again, it's like, I'm kind of like in love with the image of you, in the image of being in love with you, perhaps. It could be that way. And my challenge with the Seven of Cups is more like whoever I date, whoever I see, I still see your face, perhaps. Like your face always comes back to me, which bothers me a lot, because no matter how many women or how many men I date, it's like they're not you. They're really not you. That kind. It's not you. What am I seeking for? You and another person, but then again, who I want perhaps is just you, but then again, I'm seeking for you and other people. Which is hilarious here, but it's okay. Some people do that. It gives them comfort, okay? So, in the initial with the Seven of Coins, it's more like what I'm thinking. Whenever it comes to you, I think about how impatient, or no, how patient I was, okay? It's more like how patient do I need to be, or how long am I gonna make you wait? But then again, it's not a question of making you wait. It's more like this is more a flow of I want to, like, I want to juggle the situation. I don't want to feel like I'm left out in the cold. I don't want to be rejected either. So I'm limboing a bit. I'm in the limbo. If I were to do this, what would I lose? My ego, my self-respect, my self-worth. Because I'm trying to juggle the whole situation in a way that I will not, or you will not feel left out in the cold. It could be either or, this one. And but this one is more selfish, okay? In the middle section, you have the Chariot card in reverse, the World card upright, and the Three of Swords. Like, what I'm thinking about you is that I think either you are ready to face me head on, okay, or I'm ready to face you head on, okay, and face this new beginning or this ending, okay, which could be in the form of a pain in the heart, okay. It's more like a mountain for me to overcome, or it's more like it's a hard situation for me to overcome, or it's a hard situation for you to overcome, so that we can have this new beginning or complete the cycle together. Seriously. Good or bad, I'm ready for it, kind of thing. And in the near future with the Ace of Swords, it's more like I'm ready to tell you something. A truth. I'm ready to speak the truth. It's either speak the truth, tell you the truth, confess my feelings for you, or confess my obsession, perhaps, for you. As, confess my obsession for you. Either way, however you're gonna take it, it's not of my concern, because I'm definitely thinking of facing you head on. I'm not gonna procrastinate at all. I'm ready for the pain. I'm ready for the rejection. I'm ready for this new beginning or this closure, big time. Because my challenge is I need to get over you, or I need to start something with you. Because I can't play with other people all the time. Okay? Because I'm frustrated myself dating other people. Sleeping with them, perhaps, if I sleep with them. Not dating anyone, but always think of you whenever I have other options I could consider. That kind. Okay? So this one, it's more like I need courage to kind of face you and get this over with. Be it over as in like get you out of my headspace. Okay. Have my new beginning with somebody else, or have my new beginning with you. As, you know, see how things will go out with you. Go with you. Kind of thing. Okay? So this was all that I had for, bear with me, I'm just gonna kind of like recheck your name. I'm so sorry, I really have a goldfish memory. Aparajita. Okay, so this was your request, and I hope it resonated. From what I understood, from what I like read, okay, you have many suitors, or this suitor is having issues kind of approaching you a bit. That's it, but you can definitely help them out. This one, be honest with them, ask them out on a date yourself, which is unfortunate here perhaps, but then again, if they're this complicating their life over this, and you kind of do see that they like you, it's not that they don't, they're flirting with you, they're like rash with you a bit, they're trying to kind of like act sly to get your, it's a bit like you perhaps have a heavy shadow, and it's hard for men or females to kind of like bond with you a bit or interact with you comfortably. So you can ask them out on a coffee, and then from there on show interest and see from there on what they're gonna do, if they're gonna pick up on it and continue on, or they're gonna act like they're not interested. But usually the vibe here that I got for many of your suitors, or whoever this person is, the specific person you had in mind, whatever they're thinking about you, they are pretty down. It's like if ever you gave me an opening, several openings, I'm sure they're gonna give you the body language sign, even the smile, the frowning, like the eyebrows going up, the happiness in the eyes, the staticness there, the dilation in the eyes, and all. Okay, the fact that they kind of sometimes fidget with their socks, that kind. It's more like their clothes. You're gonna see they're gonna start perking themselves more whenever you kind of like you see them from afar in the hallway, perhaps. You will see some changes, but you need to kind of like take this and just kind of shove it in front of their face, kind of thing. Like cheer them on a bit, you know, like chin chin, that kind. It's more like give them a wink, or like give them that one, like if they're hungry, let's say, give them something to bite on, okay? And then kind of like pull yourself a bit so they can definitely see it, but wait for them to give you the opening. They like, you can open it up, but they need to ask you the main question, kind of thing. But you need to show them that you're interested in them in the form of a male or a female. You know, it's like, it's not just a friend you're interested in, that kind. Okay, so thank you very much for listening and still being on my channel, even though you can't see my face, or was definitely very black. But I'm perhaps thinking of doing my other readings like this. I feel like I'm more concentrated and more, you know, in tune with my intuition overall. Okay, so thank you very much. Namaste to everyone, and stay healthy, stay safe, and, you know, be happy, please. Okay, see you, bye.